Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's the 25th of October. I'm joined by Paul Rankin. Andrew is at the ringing the bell ceremony for Guanajuato Silver, which today joins the Aquis Stock Exchange. So it's now dual listed in London and Canada. Paul, how are you doing?
I am all right. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Yeah, all good. Should we just start off with a quick, congratulations to G Silver. Paul, any thoughts there?
Well, it'd be nice. It is nice that they've got this dual listing now, and now to demonstrate that there is some good trading volume, I think, to be had for silver producer, primary silver producer in London. So besides Fresnillo, something that's smaller and more attuned to retail capital and small institutional investment. So we wish them good luck, and we by all means encourage investors and listeners out there to contact their brokers and ask to be able to trade Guanajuato Silver on their platform.
Yeah, primary silver exposure is pretty hard to come by in London. You mentioned Fresnillo. There's really very little else. Hochschild, Adriatic Metals has a reasonable byproduct credit, but in terms of silver production, there's certainly nothing in the small and mid cap space that has a meaningful quantum of production. So this is quite an exciting new company, particularly with its growth profile and the recent cost cutting that they've been doing.
Yes, that's right. And the pace that they're making here really exemplary at this point in time.
Yeah. So plenty to look forward to there. Right, moving on. We've got some strong assay results out from Prime Mining this morning, Paul, from the Guadalupe area of the Los Reyes project.
Yeah, released on the TSX after our announcements yesterday. But Prime Mining, Shanghai Mining Club member, VSA client, Los Reyes project down in Mexico. These are drill results released from the Guadalupe area, and essentially what they do, continue to confirm and expand the resource potential on the Guadalupe ore body along strike and depth and down plunge. And they are thick intervals. They have nice grades as well, so they do represent what would quite probably be underground component of development after the open pit extraction in due course. And we're looking at intervals and grades like 23 grams gold, 2,500 grams silver over 1.5 meters, 6 grams gold, 900 grams silver over 4 meters as examples. So very good looking there.
Yeah, those are some of the highest grade sections, but also some thick intercepts with solid middle of the road grades with sort of 10, 17 meter sort of intercepts. So encouraging widths for underground mining.
Yes, that's right, because with mineralized wall rock over such thicknesses, amenable to nice bulk extraction methods, mechanized mining.
Yeah, and still 78 holes outstanding in this phase of drilling, with a new resource expected H1 next year. So that's the big milestone to come. But based on everything they've published over the last 18 months, we should expect a significant upgrade in total ounces there.
Yes, that's right.
Couple of quarterly or half-year results from Jubilee and Base. Any thoughts on those, Paul?
Yeah, Base Resources, I think it's important to point out there that showing stable production from the Quali mineral sands operation there. So pretty steady as she goes, and they have managed to extend the life of the Quali operation a little bit, as they announced in this press release. It gets extended out into late 2024 now. but they still have not agreed the final consent with the Madagascar government on the really big and the future of the company, the Toliara mineral sands project on the island of Madagascar. And as a result, it just looks to me like the Kwale operation will be depleted and mined out before they have the Toliara project completed in operation. So that it is discouraging, I would say, for shareholders and management alike that there will be that production gap.
Okay. And Jubilee?
With the Jubilee, pretty much a recap of all the progress that they had made this year, particularly with the production of 41,500 ounces of PGMs and 1.25 million tons of chrome, 2,600 tons of copper now added to their production profile with the Zambia operations now up and running. They also have reached nameplate capacity on the Zambia concentrator as of last month. So it's this year when we should see a really dramatic profile increase in their revenue and volumes produced. Revenue in the past year was up 5.4% to 140 million in sterling. So, and they have a nice positive cash net cash position and only 5.3 million of long-term debt. So it's 2022-23, I think, which is going to look really interesting on a revenue basis for Jubilee.
Very good. There was also a call yesterday afternoon with Imerys announcing their lithium strategy. Imerys obviously have significant interest in Cornwall, which is why we want to listen in, mainly for their China clay kaolin production down there. Their lithium strategy is going to start, though, focused on their Beauvoir kaolin project in France. So it does sound pretty similar to the geology of Cornwall, with an open pit kaolin mine at surface, and they're going to be building an underground operation underneath that to extract the lithium from the micas associated with the granite. Underneath, they're targeting a 34,000 ton a year lithium hydroxide project. They've identified a resource with grades of about 0.9% Li2O. So that's somewhat higher than what's been reported in Cornwall, which is why they've chosen to focus their efforts in France first before moving elsewhere. But they're looking at deploying about $1 billion of capex, which looks to be between the mine, an initial processing plant by the mine, and then a conversion plant in a industrial zone that's yet to be chosen. It does also have tin and tantalum credits, which are included in the 7,000 to 9,000 euro per kilogram cash cost they've announced. But pretty interesting to see they're making a serious push into lithium. But it looks like they're going to take it fairly slowly, not looking to get into production for 4 or 5 years. And the second part of the strategy is once they get this processing more advanced, they're reviewing the rest of their portfolio for its lithium potential, which I would imagine would include Cornwall.
Yes, and being in France, I think that's the most significant French project for lithium that you mentioned there. So it'll be interesting how the government treats lithium going forward.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, they mentioned some initial possibility of government support, but as I say, it's some way off production. So to see meaningful support, it'll be a while yet. Okay, Paul, we've covered loads this morning, so I think we'll call it a day there.
Yep, and have a good LME week.
You too. Thanks.
Thanks.